Welcome to the DNA Show, everybody. There's Counting Blue Cars. And as you've noticed, the A part of the show is once again missing. Yes, I know she's been away for a while, but she's been busy doing on call and all kinds of stuff like that. So she is not able to join us once again. I did hear quite a few people talking about what's going on with these online subscription based services now. So I'd like to touch on that a little bit during the show today. So a lot of the questions is, are they good or not? And I'm not a fan of them, but I'm not going to say they're all bad because there's a lot of online-based subscriptions, and I guess it depends on the company. I'll give you a little rundown. We did years ago. I'm not sure if you all heard of a company called the Neat Company. They started off as a subscription based service, and we did get a Neat scanner years ago, and we've been using their software for probably a good 5 years now. But I never upgraded to the subscription, and I just don't feel safe having all my personal documents in the cloud. Yes, they say how secure their encryption is and everything like that. However, you also hear a lot of people getting hacked. So I just was never safe allowing that to sit on the line. And I don't think the company's doing real well now. I think they are going under little by little. They are still around, but I still use their offline software base, which they do not offer anymore. So it's just something I stuck with, but I would never upgrade it to the online base. Now there's a lot of other companies that do these subscriptions. You got Google Drive. They're another form of it. OneDrive is Microsoft's version. iCloud Drive is Apple's version. You also have Dropbox and Box, and all those services are all online based. You basically put whatever files you want on there or have it sync your hard drive. And yes, I do use a few of those, but I never put anything personal on there that you wouldn't want the world to see. Just like, Facebook nowadays. You got to be careful what you put on Facebook or anything like that, because you just never know who's going to see it. Even though you have all these privacy settings and everything like that, there's still a way around it, and people still seem to find a way to hack in and get your stuff. So you got to be very, very, very careful on what information you share nowadays. So, online subscriptions, they're depends on what you're using them for. Basically, the only thing I'm using them for is to move files from one computer to another. I delete them. I don't like to keep anything on on there permanently, and don't rely on them. As far as like the ones that you pay for, if you're paying for a subscription and you put your files on there, if you miss a payment, they delete your information, and now you're stuck. And then they always tell you, oh, well, you need to keep a backup of your software or your files. And then people say, well, geez, I was storing it on there so I don't have to take up hard drive on my own computer. But they're basically, they tell you you're supposed to keep it in more than one place, and that is you do, because you never can trust anything. So you got to keep it in multiple places if you want it safe. And while I'm on that topic, one of the things I found out, and it all depends on what brand of cards you're using, but SD cards as a form of digital media is really horrible. Like the digital camera cards, they don't last forever. I had pictures that were taken, and I went to put the card in from a couple of years ago, and they're all corrupted. and some cards are probably better than others because I'm sure some cards will probably go for years. Like I know those flash drives, the USB thumb drive sticks. You put them in, and you can have them for 5, 6 years, and they'll still be fine. But some of them don't, it depends on the environment too. Sometimes you're in the environment jar is more static electricity. It depends on the brand of card and the quality of card. So, but they're not reliable. You can't put your files on there and expect 5, 6 years from now that everything will be hunky dory and you can play them back. I still say the best form of media to keep your files safe is, and I know they're going out, is the old-fashioned CDs. They're optical storage. They're not magnetic. So they tend to last longer. Magnetic storage, and some of the magnetic storage is great, like cassette tapes. So a lot of those from the cassette tapes from the 70s will still play today, but it depends on the condition and how they were stored and everything else. So anyways, I was getting off track. That's not what this was intended to be about, but just, if you guys want to throw in the comments of the show, what you guys think. Shoot me a text, leave me a message. Go on wolfradio.net, shoot me a message on there if you guys want to talk more about this, and I can have it on another show. But anyways, as far as your online subscription services go, let me know what you guys think of it. I'm not a fan of it, and I don't trust it. I don't trust Facebook. They had all those court cases and everything else about what happened with Facebook. And I know the Google Plus or whatever the heck they're doing now with Google. I know it's not as popular as Facebook, and I think Facebook owns a lot of other things like Instagram and stuff like that. But even Twitter, just doesn't matter what the service is. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google. It doesn't matter what it is. Just don't put anything out there you don't want the world to know. And that's basically the bottom line. There's too much going on nowadays with security. You just can't. Security is just it's a big thing, and you can't be too careful these days. Hackers are out there to get your information, and they're going to find it one way or another. And you want to be careful who you're opening up to and giving it to, because you just never know somebody these days. You just, you think you know your friends, but you just don't. And the other thing I want to touch on is, I think I lost my train of thought here. I don't know where I was going with that, but you're using, Facebook or whatever. It's great to stay in touch, but still, pick up a phone, call somebody. I know a lot of people are so busy. They say, okay, Facebook's the only way we can keep in touch, or whatever source of media you're using. But I don't consider someone a friend if they can't pick up a phone and give me a call. If they're only going to shoot me a message once in a while on Facebook, yeah, it's great for using it for business and to get messages across. But how are you really considering that person a friend if you never see him or talk to them? That's my thought, anyways. If you guys want to comment on that, go right ahead and shoot me messages about it, what you think. But that's how I feel. If you can't take the time to pick up a phone, I don't know. I know some people are so busy, and sometimes I can't either. And and I have that. And I'm a culprit of that too. I'll shoot someone a text message and say, and to keep in touch. But when really, if there's something important that you need to get across, it's always best to call them, because you can never. Some things are taken out of context in text messages and Facebook messages and stuff like that, and you read something, and they may be thinking one thing, but the way it's written, it may come across as something else, and you might think that this person is being rude or mean, and that they may not be at all, because just because it's written that way, it doesn't mean that they're being rude. So, and that's another thing. So, if anything that's sensitive or personal, it's best to see them face to face, or talk on the phone, or at least talk on the phone. The sidetrack the track I was trying to get to is, as far as hackers go. There's so many scams out there now where people are calling to get your bank information. My grandmother went through one this past January, where she got a call and they were pretending that they were from Comcast. She's got Charter. They were pretending they were from Charter, and they were her internet provider, and there was something wrong with their computer, and they tried to get on her computer to steal her bank information. Now that is something that you guys need to really be careful about, because don't let anybody remote desktop your computer. Don't let anybody do it. It doesn't matter what they say is wrong. Don't let them remote into their computer at all, because as soon as you do, they steal everything off your hard drive, and all the files that are saving your credit card information from all those sites that you go on, your bank sites and Amazon and wherever you go shopping, and any place you enter your credit card information, that information is stored on your hard drive in a file, and they go on there and steal that file. And you won't see them do it. They may be pretending to run a scan on your screen so you can see that, but behind the scenes they're using that remote desktop to open up your documents file and steal all your stuff. It's a scam, and then they lock you out of your computer. I've had to fix computers like this, where they have done this to many people. And I had to fix my grandmother's, and I had to fix a couple other people that had this scam run on them. So don't do it. Don't let anybody on your computer, regardless of a pop-up. You get a message on your screen that says call this number. Don't call the number, because that's just a scam. That pop-up is up from a website that you had visited, and they are faking a virus or something on your computer. So don't do it. Just be safe, people. Anyways, I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. But if there's something I'm missing, throw it in the comments. Also, while I'm on the topic, we have been offering some free computer services. So you call me, 800 6 wow, I can't think today. So give me a call on the phone, 866-667-WOLF. That's 9653. SMS text message 413-685-WOLF. Or go to wolfradio.net. You can shoot me messages right there from the website. That has been the DNA Show for today. Hopefully next week Amanda can rejoin us. Stay safe, everybody.